Good morning, and welcome to another Writer's Morning Commute. Today, I thought I would talk about a movie that I watched a few months ago. It's been a while now, doesn't feel like that long. I liked a lot. That really confused me as far as trying to figure out who they were making the movie for. And that movie is the new Power Rangers live-action film series. Seems like they're making a second one, hopefully. Now, growing up, I was a big Power Rangers kid. That was my favorite show when I was little. I watched it much longer than my friends did. They, quickly started to think it was for little kids and stopped watching after a few seasons once most of the main cast had gone away. Whereas I kept watching for a while after that, and then even years later, happened to watch the first episode of, I think it was the Dino Thunder season, and saw that Tommy Oliver was back as an adult teacher in that season. So I thought seeing him back was really cool, and I ended up watching that season as well. So I watched a lot more Power Rangers than my contemporaries did. Whenever I was bored, I would play Power Rangers, run around, imagine bad guys to punch and kick, and etc. My Legos would often be imagined as Zords, and I'd have really crappy ways of transforming them into a Megazord. So yeah, I was a big fan growing up. And when they announced this movie, I was really excited because, it was such a big part of my identity growing up that I was excited to see a professional Hollywood take on it rather than just the, very low budget TV show special effects. When they started releasing promotional material for it, I started to get worried. The outfits looked a little too Iron Man-y for me in the original promotional material. Yeah. I ended up liking them better in the final version. I don't know if they changed a whole lot. It might just be seeing them in movement did it for me. But when I came out of the theater, I was kind of upset because I really liked this movie, and I was really afraid it wasn't going to find an audience, and as such wasn't going to get a sequel. Because what we had here was a bunch of supposedly high school aged characters. They had this kind of Breakfast Club thing going on, which gave the whole piece this kind of edgy YA type of tone. And the source material was for little kids, and the source material is still coming out with new seasons, so I imagined, little kids would want to go see the movie, but there was some stuff that was very much not intended for younger audiences in there. And then, on top of all that, the YA audience is going to be at the height of their, Power Rangers is for little kids phase. So, what the YA tone is going to, alienate people my age who might have gone to see it out of nostalgia. And when we went to the theater, we went on an afternoon, I believe, but the theater is pretty empty. So, it really made me nervous. And I'm not sure what the moral of the story should be here, as far as our own writing, but one thing I did learn was that I freaking love that movie. I tend to like YA tonally, so I didn't have a problem with that. The fact that the source materials for little kids doesn't bother me. I watch cartoons that are actually made for kids without a problem, and this was just, the source material, not the actual final product. And finally, I was, group who was going to see this for nostalgia, and it really hit the nostalgia buttons hard at a few spots. Since then, I convinced some other people to see it, and most of the people who have gone to see it, who I know, have really liked it, which kind of surprised me. I was really worried that I would be the only one. However, on a bigger scale, I haven't seen a whole lot of praise for the movie. So I don't know if that means if you want a small, hardcore fan audience to just do whatever you want to do it the best you can, and be passionate about it, and you'll find, some people. Hopefully that little group can grow into a bigger group. Maybe it means you should stick to more focused demographics if you want wider appeal. Regardless, that's going to be it for today. Thank you for riding with me. I hope you have a great day.